Yo, yo, what up?
Yo,
How you doing, man?
I'm good. How are
Did
you?
did you go see your dad?
Yeah, I stopped over there earlier.
Good. Hey, guys, welcome to Sunday service. We haven't done this in a while. I mean, the last time we really spent a good amount of time in the free Facebook group was probably for that 16-hour live. Have we done a Sunday service since then?
I don't even remember. I mean, it's been at least a month, at least.
Man, yeah, it's been a bit. So, anyway, guys, we wanted to jump on here. Number one, happy Father's Day for everybody out there. Number two, we know that the most important role of a father is to bring the bread home for the family, and that's why we're on here today. Is just talk about family and getting deals and doing whatever we can to help you guys out. What Sunday service started out as about a year and a half ago was Cody and I just trying to help out a few local people here in Arizona. It got overwhelming to a point where we had to start doing the most janky. What was that? It was like a
Free conference call HD.com.
free conference call HD.com, and it sucked. We got to a point where we had over 100 people listen, jumping on the call, and it was just a lot to manage. And then we created the Facebook page. We started doing Facebook Live on Sunday service. That got up to like 500 people, and it was bogging down like really, really bad back in January, February. So we put it on hold, and we brought it back utilizing this other software that we're currently using. So unfortunately, we lost some viewership because we haven't been doing it repeatedly, but we are back. And this is all about creative financing. So whatever questions you guys have regarding creative financing, we'd love to answer those questions for you guys. So a couple of housekeeping situations. Cody, let's talk about the $500 thing that we got going on right now.
Yeah. I mean, we've just been talking about everything going on with we have the coronavirus, we have the riots. I mean, there's so many negative things going on that, we were just talking about, obviously we give back and, giving value and, teaching and helping people, but, just another way to be able to give back to the community that's, really helped us where, doing some skip tracing giveaways and then, just a straight cash giveaway of $500. And on this, that's something that we had to figure out because we had our VA that was going to go through everybody that invited people to the Facebook group, but there's 5,100 people that got invited, and he's messaged. I don't know if you saw his message. He's like, "Hey guys,
How am I supposed to do that? That's crazy."
Yeah. So let me see here.
So here's a question we got. So S. Lay, I don't know your name. I'm so sorry. Here's a dad question. Can I sub to or owner finance for my next family home? Anything to do differently in that case? You know what's funny about this question is both Cody and myself are currently in our own homes. I am subject to. I bought it roughly a year ago. My house without me living here would probably cash flow about $1,000 a month. I got a great deal, no equity, but tons of cash flow on this deal. And then Cody is sitting in his own subject to house as well. I think you have equity in your house, whereas I really didn't at the time. And what would your house cash flow if we turn around, if we kept that? What happens, guys, is like these deals come through our pipeline because we're actually out doing deals. We're practitioners of business. We're not just educators. We're practitioners. So we get this deal. It comes through our pipeline, and Cody sends me a text, and he goes, "I want that house. Can I take that from the company's pipeline?" And I'm like, "What good is owning a company if you can't buy the stuff you want?" So Cody lives in a house that came from our pipeline. Did you get equity in your deal, or is it just what's the deal?
There's some equity, like the mortgage payment's $11.98 a month if it was rented. Now I've spent some money on it, not a ton, but like I've put some money into it. If I rented it today, I could probably get like $1,600 a month, so about $400 a month. Before management expenses, anything like that. So about $400 a month, and then there's some equity. There's now with what I've put into it, about 30 to 35,000 in equity.
Nice. So Cody owns multiple houses. Cody and I together own a lot of houses. I own a lot of houses outside of Cody. I was doing this a bit longer than Cody. I'm older than him, have a lot more gray hair. But here's the follow-up question. He says, is there anything to do differently in this case? Yeah, I mean, it's actually easier, right?
Yeah, a lot easier.
You don't really care about the disclosures when we wholesale a sub-to, or when we wrap a deal, or we do a lease option or whatever. You don't have to find a buyer. You are the buyer. So like,
you don't have to worry about the payments being made either, because you're moving into it. So you're making the payments. You don't have to worry about your end buyer making those payments. So it's actually the easiest way to do it, to do this model.
100%. So really nothing different to do other than it's a lot easier because you don't have to worry about a lot of that stuff. Curtis, as always, bro, I know you and your partner's in our subject to course. So appreciate you guys so much. Leanna, last time we did a 16-hour live, you were so awesome, and you came on live with us, I think pretty late at night too. So I appreciate you jumping on. Okay, so Jim Hawthorne says, what about a mobile home that is about to foreclose, not much equity, and how can I convince them I will take care of it? Cody, why don't you tell them about Pueblo? That was a mobile home that was about to foreclose.
Yeah, so there's a Pueblo story of that. Property was in foreclosure. Family was going to lose the property. What we did was, they weren't worried about us making the payments. They were just, scared of just having it go away entirely. So we set up a situation where we reinstated their loan. It was $11,000 with their attorney's fees and the reinstatement. So we reinstated the property, gave the seller, $2,000, and then we took over that property. So, it wasn't a matter of really convincing. It was, they were in a situation where they didn't have other options. So that's the biggest thing, is you're not trying to convince somebody that, to do what you're trying to do. You're sharing what you can actually do for them when somebody's actually open to listening. You can't force someone to listen.
Love it. So mobile home, not much equity. So we bought a house. Cody and I just bought a house. The mother had died. The sisters couldn't even afford a $400 payment. So the sisters inherited the property, but they didn't understand probate. So what happened is that deal came from Brent Daniels as a referral. Brent Daniels says, hey, I've got a deal, has no equity in it, but I know you guys do all sorts of crazy stuff. Will you guys take it? So I met the daughter who inherited the estate. I met her at the property. I signed the subject to contract on the back of my Prius. We took the estate through probate, and Cody and I will probably, over the entire life of that deal, what do you think we'll make? Like $250?
Make $250,000 over the life of the loan once we get the buyer in there.
Love it. Okay, cool. So I love how Sunday service used to be 500-600 people. Right now we have about 150 people between all of our stuff. I know it's, number one, we haven't done this in over 2 months.
Number Father's Day.
And it's Father's Day. So we totally get it, guys. 150 people is a little bit lighter than normal, but here's the positive thing for us. I can now answer almost every question that's coming up in the comments. So this is awesome. Okay, what if you do a sub-to and the original owner passes away? What happens to the mortgage? Nothing. We own multiple dead people's mortgages. Nothing happens. The mortgage company continues to get paid, and everybody continues to be happy. That's it. Sergio, in a land contract, which is also known as an agreement for sale, contract for deed, whatever, depends on your state. For the maturity date, can you do a call date instead of a balloon date? And is there a first right of refusal like seller finance? Yes. So, Sergio, are you selling it on a land contract, or are you buying it on a land contract? Let me understand your situation there and re-ask the question. Yes, there is a call date and a balloon date are technically the same thing, just called a little bit different things. And then, yes, you can have first right of refusal, but that's if you have seller financed it to somebody else and they're going to go refinance you out, or they're going to sell the property. If they're going to sell the property on the MLS, on a house you seller finance to them, you can write, the way we write it in our contracts, we have the ability to do first right of refusal. We can buy that house back. And in fact, Eric, Sage, and I are going to be talking about that tomorrow on the 25-hour live. So Tomorrow, we're going to be doing a 25-hour live. I've already got about 30 guests lined up, some pretty amazing guys. I'm texting right here, pretty amazing people in the creative financing space. And Eric Sage is one of them, and we're going to talk specifically about first right of refusal on buying back houses that you sell or finance. And also, we're going to talk about 70 notes that he just purchased. So tune in tomorrow for the 25-hour live. Julio Perez. Cody, answer this one, bro.
How did you guys finance your homes, or how do you use other people's money to fund these deals? I love this. I love the private money side and other people's money. As far as financing our homes, if it's subject to, obviously the financing's already in place, but we do bring on private lenders. So one of the things that we do is we use credit cards. Number one, that's before the private lenders, because we get those at 0% interest. I have multiple credit cards for us to use that are at 0% interest. So, we're able to, take the cash from those credit cards, use that for renovations on a property, and then, recoup those funds if it's being used on a flip, for example. For larger, chunks of money that we have to deploy, we'll use private lenders anywhere from, depending on the deal structure, anywhere from 8% as high as 12%, for our private money lenders. So that's what we use.
Yeah, pretty simple. So my personal house, remember Cody, so let's go through a couple things so you guys understand. I'm a runway to takeoff guy. I don't like to take off without a runway. So let me lay the runway for you, because if I told you, a lot of times I'll tell people, hey, we use private money to fund this or fund that. People go, man, aren't you guys making a lot of money? And the answer is, yeah, we are making good money. But you always use the OPM to grow and expand your business. So what's funny about our business, Cody, we've been partners technically 1 year. We've been working together longer than that, but we've been partners 1 year. What's funny is that no matter how much money we make, we take that money and we go build other companies with it, or we go expand what we're building. Right? It's never like, oh my gosh, here's 300 grand, and then we go spend that 300 grand personally. We utilize all of our money to go expand other ventures. So now that runway's been laid, let me give you an indication of what Cody and I did last month in our business, so you understand kind of where we're at. Cody and I have a smaller team. I would say Tino, head of acquisitions. We've got Nick, we've got Joel, we've got Daniel, and we've got Anna that jumps in from time to time. Between that crew and Cody and myself, and also Rochelle Jarvis, our transaction coordinator, we did about $150,000 in wholesale revenue for the month of May. Then on top of that, we will do, I don't know, what would you say, $80,000 in flip revenue for the month of May, Cody, something like that?
Yeah.
So we're a little over $200,000 in profit generated for the month of May. So you look at that and you say, why would Cody and Pace ever need to utilize private capital? Well, because there's been months where we buy 10, 12, and back in October, November timeframe in 2019, we were buying 12 and 15 houses every single month. And some of those houses were still stabilizing, right? So there's that. And so I bought my personal house back in September timeframe, and my house needed a large renovation. I actually went out and got a private lender to lend the acquisition money and the renovation money. And since then, I've paid that money back from my own personal resources. Okay. Cody also used a private lender for his house that he's currently in, and he'll pay that lender off. I think he's got a 12-month note on that deal, and he'll pay that lender off at 12 months. But we don't let good deals pass us by because of the lack of funds, right? And we might take the money. Cody and I went out and built a door knocking app. We went out and built a virtual assistant business. We went out and built a CRM or a Podio type of deal. We've done a whole bunch of stuff in the last 12 months. And so we utilize private money when we need to, okay? And then also we've got a pretty amazing CPA that tells us where to put our money. And actually borrowing money has its own benefits as itself. So private money is always where we get our money, and then we replenish it as we need to, okay? Oh, that was a long answer. Curtis Eaton. Yes, you can do stuff with reverse mortgages. I tell people to stay away from them because it's a waste of your time. For the same amount of time that you can go work on one reverse mortgage, you should be able to do 4 or 5 regular subject twos without a reverse mortgage involved. Here's how a reverse mortgage is written. They are written in a way that, like for example, Cody and I, actually since we did our last Sunday service, Cody and I actually had one of our houses had the due on sale clause called on it. Okay. We solved it. We have solutions for all that kind of stuff. I teach my students on sub2.com how to overcome the due on sale clause. And we did have one pop up in the last 2 months. With a reverse mortgage, the companies that write reverse mortgages or the mortgage companies that do and fund reverse mortgages, they are not somebody that you can negotiate with. You cannot overcome a due on sale clause. They loan to own that house. Okay, the only person I know that writes reverse mortgages, his license plate says loan to own. They loan the money so that these people die and they get the house back, and that's where they make their money. They're not going to let you negotiate on the due on sale. If they find you guys transferred the ownership or they find that the person is dead, they will come and get that house from you. It is an absolute waste of your time. There is no way around that. I would not waste 4 minutes of my life on anything with reverse mortgages. Okay, let's check this out. So, questions. How would you position yourself directly if the market crashes, prices drop 20 to 40%, and your tenant buyer leaves the house, thus stop making payments? First and foremost, we do not buy properties based on equity or value of the property. We buy the properties based on the ability to cash flow off of the current market rents. We also only buy in house areas that market rents over the last 50 years or more have gone up, not down. So Maricopa County, Atlanta, Orlando, the areas that we really like to buy in, also Dallas, Fort Worth area, those areas only appreciate even in a bad market. Cody, when COVID hit and the whole world went to shit, what happened to Maricopa County rental rates over the last couple of months?
I mean, they've went up. I mean, because as builders have even, slowed down some of the building and, not as many people are selling their homes, more people have to rent. So there's a higher demand, which is causing it to actually increase. So, right. I mean, obviously, depending on the market that you're into, like I wouldn't invest in a market that has no jobs, is declining economically. Like there is some common sense behind the market that you want to be investing in a property in, which Arizona, Phoenix, Maricopa County is a great area for that. But there is some sense behind understanding the area you're buying in.
Yeah. So we also did have a property on 78th, a house that we bought recently, basically zero down. It was $2,500 down. To the seller and 0% interest seller finance home in Mesa, Arizona, right down the road. What did we get from that tenant? We got like a $4,000 or $5,000 deposit and then, $2,400 deposit.
Yeah.
And then they just moved out because they got together with their wife. And so they left the house vacant. What happened? They weren't even in our house for 30 days. And they basically called us up and they said, hey, I'm getting back together with my wife. You guys, keep my deposit and I'm moving out. House actually is going to rent for $100 more than it did a month ago. And we're going to go out and get another deposit from another tenant. Guys, like we are investing and we only spend time in areas that we can control, we understand, and are appreciating in value. Ooh, here's a good one. Cody, how do you present a lease option to a prospective buyer?
I mean, it's really dependent on what that particular buyer is looking for. So when we're doing our lead generation for our lease option buyers, it's understanding their situation and what they're trying to do. Like my old house that I just moved out of, I did a lease option with the tenant that moved in there. And so for him and his wife, their credit wasn't the best because they had some medical bills that had came up over the last couple of years. They need about 1.5 years or so to get their credit in order. So how this was presented to them was they want to own a home. They can't right now. They want stability for their son who is handicapped and needs to be able to get to, a certain school and have certain things set up. So long story short, it's understanding why they would actually need something like that. So what in that storyline is there? The buyer, the tenant buyer, they need security and knowing that they can stay. They aren't going to be in a lease where they have to leave after 12 months. And they want to own a home, so this secures them in a deal where they're actually going to be able to exercise the option to actually purchase that property. So I only did an 18-month option with them because they're only about a year or so from getting their credit in order, so it'll probably take a year and a half. So that's basically the benefit for them is they get to have a lease that's longer, and they have the option to exercise to purchase that property. So they're setting themselves up on the next stage for ownership.
Love it. So Jim Hawthorne, I'm in Texas. Is that an issue? It's only an issue that you can do lease options in Texas, but you need to know how to do lease options. We know how to do lease options. We teach our students how to do them in Texas. But you'll hear a lot of bad information on YouTube, University, and all that kind of stuff. You guys remember, YouTube is all about how can I get clicks and likes and subscribes. And so people are making videos based on what you're searching in YouTube. So it's unfortunate, but YouTube's not the best place to learn because most of the information being presented there, not most of it, but a good amount of it is being presented just to keep you subscribed and liking and commenting and all that kind of stuff, which I totally get. But if you're learning how to do lease options on YouTube, you're going to be sorely mistaken because most people in Texas say, well, you can't do lease options in Texas. And I say, well, you must have been watching YouTube recently. Okay. How does somebody go register for the Go Knock app? Actually, guys, starting today, we're only letting the next 100 people onto the app. We're going to make it very limited. We want to work intimately with these people. The app is ready. I've been going around town myself. Our team has been using it, and we're very, very excited about it, but we're only allowing 100 people on there. Go to the Apple app. It's on the App Store. It's on Apple App Store. Just type in Go Knock. It's on there.
Getting a free trial, they can go. I would suggest people to go to literally gonknock.com and then select the try for free, and then you could put in your information to get it registered. For some reason, it's you have to do the registration online right now before the soft launch next week.
Right. So Facebook user, hey guys, remember when you guys come in to watch these lives, put your name in there so I can call out your name. He says, hey, I watch a lot of your stuff on YouTube. Well, the only thing I put on YouTube are the real deal episodes, are houses that Cody and I are really buying and the real details of those houses. I'm not really giving tips and tricks on YouTube. That's not really my game. I like to give free value of real deals and real things that we're doing rather than go through and say, all right, here's the top 3 things and here's the top 5 things and That's all to get you guys to subscribe. For us, everything on YouTube has been about answering your guys' questions directly or showing you real deals that we're doing, which is why we have a section called The Real Deal. William Ramirez, should I contact a title company that has experience? There's that. And so, what was that? Oh, is that you, Cody? That must have been Cody. Anyway, should I contact a title company that has experience with subject to and ask them if they have an attorney that prepares docs for this before? Yes. Or ask some of my students on sub2.com. A lot of them are, they spend time in the free Facebook group as well, and they help people out. They know which title companies to go to, or they have people that are doing deals in our sub2 mentorship that know where to go and what to do and all that kind of stuff. Let's go back up to some of these. I don't want to miss any of these questions. I want to get all the questions up in here, dude. We got that one. Okay, here we go. This one's really good. Cody, this one's for you, bro.
I do a ton of marketing for wholesale deals. How do I market for sub-2 or owner finance? So here's the deal is I wouldn't market any different for subject to and owner finance deals. The one criteria that I would maybe open up is a lot of people, they'll only market if the deal has, say, 30% or 40% or equity or more. But maybe opening that up. But other than that, we don't market any different. We're doing all of the same exact marketing that we're doing for our wholesale deals. It's just a different tool in the tool belt. So it's just from when the lead comes in, say if that lead needs to get $100,000 for their property and they can't take anything less and they'll take something on terms, then we could do that deal. but we don't really care about what we aren't spending money on one specific type of list for sub 2 and owner finance, because you're going to get the owner finance deals from the free and clear, the 100% equity, which is under your high equity list, and you're going to get the subject to under the motivated sellers, that you're targeting already for pre-foreclosures, divorce, tax default, things like that. So you're already marketing to those leads. You just have to, have the different conversation and see how that can help them.
Okay, so guys, like you guys saw on the last 16-hour live that I did about 6 weeks ago, tomorrow I'm doing a 25-hour live. So Cameron, if you bring your seller lead to the table, I will call your seller for you. Happy to do that. Broadcast, let everybody know we're doing a 25-hour live tomorrow. I'm going 5 a.m. in the morning, Monday morning, all the way to 6 a.m. Tuesday morning. I'm standing on my feet, and I'm just having guest after guest. Anybody that is in my sub 2 mentorship is getting deals. We're going to bring them on, and where they're going to teach you how they're getting the deal, where the lead's coming from, how they negotiate with the seller, how they structure the deals, what their cash flow looks like, how they raise the money, all the details. We're going to have a lot of students come on. April, oh my gosh, we've got April Giuliano coming on tomorrow morning, 5 a.m. She's the first guest. She tried to wholesale for 6 months or so. She paid for other mentorship programs. And then just a week ago or so, she joined the sub 2 mentorship, got her first check on her first deal, which is what? Subject to, baby. She got a subject to. So she's coming on 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. Cameron, bring your lead to the table. I did it last time on the 16-hour live. I called sellers for you guys. Happy to do it. It's all I want to do. I just want to talk to you guys as sellers. So there you go. Adrian Anaya. There you go. What happens to title when you dispo on a wrap? Is it is title transferred from original seller and then transferred from you, acquiring subject to the new end buyer? What are the disadvantages of that? Yes, that is exactly how it works. The title is held, depends on if you seller finance it on a wrap. The new buyer is the owner. They have fee title and they have equitable title. What that means is equitable title is they are on title and they are on deed. What fee title means is they get the tax benefits, the depreciation, the tax, the interest write-off, and they can do not cost segregation because they live in the property. But for us, the disadvantage is that we no longer are the owner of that property. We miss all the tax benefits. We don't have the ability to do cost segregation like Cody and I do on our other rental properties. We don't have the ability to depreciate that asset. We don't have the ability to do the write-off on the interest. It is a disadvantage to us if we're selling on a wrap. That's why Cody and our primary resource, or our primary outlet of deals is lease options, because we like to retain ownership of equitable title and fee title. And if somebody does not refinance, but once they buy us out or they go out and get a loan on a lease option, we get a windfall of cash and redeploy that into 2 or 3 more deals. That's how it works. So there are a lot of people who do wraps. I think the main reason why people do wraps is because they don't want to raise private capital. And another reason is they don't want to maintain rental properties. But the true way to wealth, like long-term wealth, is truly having cash flowing properties that you own yourself, okay? What is cost segregation? Cost segregation is it's basically a tax loophole for rental properties. Something very, very important once you start accumulating properties. Essentially what it allows you to do, a tax loophole allows you to go out and make $500,000 a year in your wholesale operation, and utilizing tax benefits of rental properties, wipe that debt, wipe that clear, and pay 0 federal income tax if you do your taxes properly. Yes, I'm saying fee title. That is correct, fee title. Okay. Liana Alcock, I got a sub 2 deal locked up and got in a week, got a buyer. They signed the paperwork today. Awesome. Good job. You are awesome.
That's awesome.
Congrats. Ron LeGrand says he prefers doing wraparound mortgage instead of sub 2 in case seller wants to get another mortgage. My house right here. So when Sergio, stop watching YouTube, bro. Stop watching YouTube. I know exactly which video you watch. You watch a gentleman interviewing Ron LeGrand, and Ron LeGrand stood there in the middle of a big meetup and said, oh, you need to do a wraparound mortgage, not a subject to. I did a subject to on this house with a Wells Fargo mortgage, which again, a lot of people talk about. Don't sub to Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo's doing. Guys, stop watching YouTube if you're trying to truly understand creative financing. Ron LeGrand is wrong. I love Ron LeGrand. He is amazingly intelligent. I don't know why he would say that, but this house was purchased on a sub 2, not a wraparound. And the seller texted me today, right here. I almost want to do a screen share and show you guys. Dave Byarski. He's the one. Dave Byarski. Happy Father's Day, Pace, today at 1:27. Enjoy your special day. Janae, Haley, and I want to take you and the family out to dinner as a thank you. Again, let us know. I know you're busy. I want you to see our new house sometime before your road trip. So this is Dave Byarski. Dave Byarski sold his house to me, and the lender for his new house told him he could not get a loan without selling this one. So how did I buy it subject to and not on a wraparound and still allow Dave Byarski to go out and get a loan? How did that work? Sergio, Ron LeGrand is wrong, and I'm very sorry to say that. I really appreciate and love Ron LeGrand. I think he's amazing, but he is absolutely wrong on that. So do not try and learn everything from YouTube. It will throw you this way and that way, etc. Is there a reason not to target high-end properties for subject twos if they are in a strong rental market? Yeah, there is no reason not to, other than maybe the cost to get into them. So if your seller wants a big down payment, that could be a big reason. But no, we just did a deal in California. What city was that in that we're selling that house to Gary Boomershine?
Honestly, I don't even know. That's a good Jeff question.
So Jeff is our disposition guy. But yeah, we have high-end homes. We're getting, I think, $100,000 down, or maybe $105,000 down from Gary Boomershine. He's a friend of the show, good guy. Sergio, am I right about where you watched that video? Did you watch that video on YouTube and it was a black guy holding his phone interviewing Ron LeGrand in like the middle of a meetup as the meetup was like kind of disbanding, etc.? Oh, Tino says that house is in Mission Viejo. Guys, shout out to Luna.
No.
Yeah, and then Go Knock app is where to sign up for the app trial, guys. Dope. So a couple things, housekeeping, and then we're going to continue doing questions for another 40 minutes or so. Number one, tomorrow, 5 a.m. Arizona time, all the way to 6 a.m. Arizona time, Tuesday, I'm going to be doing this exact thing, calling sellers, bringing on other investors, talking about their first deals. And then we're also going to be having Wholesale Hotline come on as a guest. We're going to have everybody come on as a guest. I've already got Leon Johnson, Brent Moreno, Jeff Rappaport, Jory Alston, tons of other creative investors that are in my creative finance mastermind. High-level guys are going to sit here and structure your deals. So bring your deals to the table tomorrow. Bring your problems, bring your sellers, bring whatever it is that you need, and we will help. We want to bring value for you guys. We are naming this 25-hour live Stand for Value. And basically the reason we're doing is because there's so much negative crap going on, dude. I don't know how you feel, Cody. Do you ever go on Facebook, like regular Facebook outside of our Facebook groups?
Dude, I mean, I try not to as much as I can, but it's like anywhere else, there's just negativity of something, and there's a lot of separation and, things going on, which is sad right now.
Dude, everybody's fighting with each other. Wholesalers are fighting with wholesalers.
Yeah.
All sorts of stuff is going on. People are calling each other out. All these gurus that are charging money but not doing any deals. I like to call Cody and I are practitioners. We practice what we preach. We do everything we say we're doing. This is, again, why I started the YouTube channel and called that series The Real Deal. And absolutely love providing that kind of value for you guys. So tomorrow we're going to be doing that all day long. And we want to show the community, like, no matter what is going on outside in the outside world, people fighting with each other, all this negative stuff is going on. I don't even want to bring up what's going on because it has nothing to do with our real estate community. Everything we're doing tomorrow is all about our own community. And we are standing for value. We're standing for our community, and we're standing for helping you guys move forward. What is, Cody, I want to ask you this question. You probably don't know the answer because I'm always asking you questions that only I have the answer to because it's like what's in my brain and where I want the conversation to go. So I'm sorry. Regardless of race, sex, age, environment, where you were raised, any of that kind of stuff, what's the number one thing you as an influencer, as somebody that's doing deals, what's the number one way to help anybody change their lives? What's the number one way?
Take action and share what we're doing and how that, how other people can do what we're doing. I mean, that's the biggest thing. I was listening to Russell Brunson's book actually earlier, Expert Secrets, that I sent over to you. And he was talking about, he's like, you have to realize that, if you're even one step ahead of somebody else in the journey, you are an expert. You are, if you are doing one deal and so you're helping somebody else that hasn't done a deal, you are an expert in their opinion, right? So it's, in what we're doing every day, and the reason we do the Sunday service and the reason we do so many of these things and go in the Facebook group. Like if some of you guys saw, like I went in the Facebook group this morning and was video answering question after question this morning, is because we're doing this because we wish we had somebody else that did this for us when we were starting, and that was showing us the way and showing us what we can do and, shortcutting the process. So that's it.
Yeah, it's interesting. That is the right answer, but to be very specific, the number one thing you can do to change somebody's life, regardless of age, sex, race, environment that they were brought up in, is to show them how to make money. Right? Show them how to make money. I don't want to tell you how to catch fish, right? Yeah. And that's what Cody and I do. We don't just tell you guys how to catch fish. We show you how to catch fish, right? And I think that's a lot of people that are in the free Facebook group, they watch a lot of the sub 2 students go into the free Facebook group and are like, the value of this mentorship is insane. And the reason being is because we show people how to fish. I literally, not literally, but I feel like I'm getting behind them and like, okay, here's how to throw the thing. Here's how to do this. Here's the Okay, watch me do it. Okay, you try it. Okay, here's what you did wrong. Let me jump in behind you and show you again. The number one thing to change anybody's life is to show them how to make money, because money brings confidence. It eliminates fear. It brings new relationships. Unfortunately, money is incredibly important, or your financial freedom, I guess, is a better way to say how to make money, right? How to be financially free. So that's the number one way. I don't care what your race is. I don't care what part of the country you're in. I don't care if you're woman, man, whatever. I don't care what you are. We want to show you how to make money. And if you're making money, everything changes. Okay. Mm-hmm. So check this out. I was talking to somebody on a one-on-one the other day. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of embarrassed to even talk about this, but I'm going to talk about it because who cares, right? So, I have this back issue, right? Like I have this pain, like a shoulder blade.
Yep.
So I know exactly what the problem is, but I've gone years thinking I know what the problem is. I thought it was stress, or like not stress in a bad way, but like the fact that Cody and I run 6 or 7 businesses together. Cody has some stuff on his own. I have, stuff on my own. You just have a lot of stuff going on. I've got a wife, kids, all that kind of stuff. I thought it was stress, and it wasn't. I ended up bumping into somebody recently that knows exactly what my problem is. I've been to holistic people. I've been to acupuncture. I've been to massage after massage after massage. Yeah. I've been to chiropractor, chiropractor. I've been to everything. And the number one thing it is because I'm so busy in the last 3 or 4 years, I gained like 10 pounds in my stomach area, and I started carrying my back and my posture a certain way, and it started nagging on my back. And I thought, no joke, for 4 years I knew what the problem was. And because I talked to an expert, they solved my problem, and I know exactly how to fix it. Well, number one, I need to get that 10 pounds off my stomach, which is fine. But I need to do some other things to get rid of it. So I went 4 years thinking I knew what I was doing, right? And it wasn't until I spoke to an expert that person, and I could have sounds like a stupid problem to have, but it's a problem where I'm always like rubbing my back on a door jamb, or when I'm over at Cody's house or he's at my house, I'm standing up at the door jamb, rubbing my shoulder on the back, on the door. Yep. And I've been doing this for years, and I thought I knew the problem, and I thought I knew how to fix it. I didn't. I needed somebody to show me. And so it's the same thing with Cody and I, is that We have to show people how to do this. Dude, like, this is crazy. Cody's been building our VA business. He's been building our Go Knock business. He's been building 2 other businesses that we've been building, but like haven't actually launched them yet. Cody's been building the systems and running those. And meanwhile, our wholesale subject to rental property fix and flip business has almost been it's like almost automated, right? We've got the right people in place. We've got the right systems in place. We have done what everybody is like trying to do. We have accomplished that with the right people, with the right systems, with the right understanding. And so all we have to do is turn around and pull people up. That's what we're trying to do here. And that's what Sunday service is all about. That's what our free Facebook group is all about. That's what the road trip I'm going on is all about, is like going and showing people how to fish. All right, I'm in San Diego. What's your problem? How can I solve it? I'm eyeball to eyeball to you. What's your problem? How can I solve it? Right? So that's what we're trying to do here, guys. And I think you guys understand how Cody and I vibe. What we're trying to do all the time is help, 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 help. It's an addiction. It's a good addiction, but it's an addiction. So anyway, let's get back into the questions. Get Cody talking, because Cody.
Yeah, Kevin had a good question about VA, about his VA.
Can you click on it?
I don't have the control on mine for some reason.
You gotta log in through the StreamYard thing rather than go through the link.
Yeah. Okay.
Where is it?
443. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is going back to kind of the, what list should I pull for subject twos and owner finance? So what I would say I know you hate when I'm moving on here, but sorry.
Oh, I don't mind.
But as far as, what you should do for your VA is, with your VA, you should be basically your VA's job primarily is getting to find people that are raising their hand, that they want to sell, they're interested in selling, identifying the 4 pillars. Like that's what your VA should be trying to do on a daily basis. They aren't going to really, like, you can eventually train them to a point where they could ask, would you sell on terms, and like understanding what creative financing is. We've created through trainual.com, we've created courses for our VAs to go through and actually be able to understand, more in depth of, how creative financing works and some of those questions. But just starting this week with a VA and having them understand that is not likely. Just like for anyone on this call, understanding creative financing week 1 is not very likely. It's just something that has to be learned. So it's just getting them to be able to, put in the leads. Like, so here's an example of a lead that was put in today from one of our VAs. So this is kind of what we look for on our VAs is, so our VA named Ria, she put in an Orlando tax delinquent lead. I'm not going to say the address, put in the phone number, asking price, 150,000, but negotiable. Zillow value says it's at 165. So little under Zillow value, not that much. Property condition, roof is old, AC is okay, wants to sell in the next 30 days. Reason for selling, wife just had a stroke, financial difficulties. That's it. That was it. That's all we had them get. And then occupancy, as far as like they're living in the home, right? So it's gathering that information. It's getting them to raise their hand that, okay, this is somebody that wants to sell. Gathering the 4 pillars. That's what we actually have our VAs go after. It's price, motivation, condition, timeline. Those are the 4 pillars that we want them to gather, because then you or your acquisition agent on your team can then have a phone call with that seller and then dig down deeper and have that more strategic conversation on, is this a wholesale deal or could this be structured as a creative finance deal? That's how a virtual assistant should work. But over time, you can teach them over 3, 6, 9 months, 12 months. You could teach them how to structure creative deals on the phone with the seller. I wouldn't expect it week 1, though, just realistically.
Hey, by the way, guys, thank you so much. We got a little over 200 viewers between all of our platforms. We're on Facebook and YouTube. So a little over 200 people. Thank you. We had last time we did Sunday service, we were averaging about 500-600 people. So obviously we lost a little bit of traction. It also is Father's Day, so totally understandable. We do appreciate you guys being out and listening to us talk, taking time away from our families, and you're taking time away from your families. Well, actually, we're taking time away from our families to empower our families and to build our financial future. So kudos to everybody that's watching, and thank you guys for a lot of these questions. So a couple things, new viewers, because we're now a little over 200 people watching live. Couple things coming up. 25-hour live starts tomorrow at 5 a.m. Arizona time, goes till 6 a.m. I've got a lot of the sub2.com students coming on. I've got a lot of other creative finance investors. I've got a lot of our friends and influencers that you guys know in the wholesale and creative finance space coming on. And then we're going to be answering live questions. If you guys have sellers, you guys have problems, you need us to structure things, we will structure your deals. We will talk to your sellers, whatever it is. I talk to sellers pretty much on a weekly basis for our students. We record those on Zoom. It's a lot of fun. Anybody that's in the sub-2 family, throw up a peace sign in the comments. I'd love to see you guys in here. I see Yui. I see a lot of people in here. So we typically will make phone calls for our students, any of the problems that they're running into. So like, for example, check this out. This is a really good question. Says right here, I don't know your name. I'm so sorry, guys. If you're not using your real name when you come in here, I'm so sorry. Hello, guys. Thanks for your time. Question. Sellers is open to owner finance, but hesitant with me putting it on an LLC. What are your options to avoid using my name? There is no script for that. Okay. The way that I overcome that is I get on the phone with the seller. I typically do this for the students. I just get on the phone with their seller saying, hey, my name is Pace. I'm Yui's partner, or I'm Cody's partner. And just had a couple of quick questions. Hey, he made a note here that says that you're not really happy about putting in an LLC. Do you mind explaining to me what the major issue is? And depending on what his issue is, then I navigate it from there. That's the power of getting somebody that knows what they're doing on the phone with the seller. There is no substitute for that. Watching somebody overcome these objections. Anybody that's in the sub-2 family, throw up a peace sign if you guys get value from me making those phone calls for you guys on a weekly basis. I think in the last 6 weeks, we've made over 60 hours of calls for our students in the sub-2 family. So that's a really good question, but it has to be answered, unfortunately, with somebody that knows what they're doing on the phone and how to overcome that objection based on what his main objection actually is. So guys, the webinar link is going to be posted here. Actually, Cody, let's do that. Cody, will you take over for like 4 minutes? I'm going to make a post for the 25-hour live while you maybe go through and answer some questions.
Yep. Let's do it. Yeah, I'll go through some of these questions.
You'll have to read them out loud, though, because not everybody is watching. They're listening.
Yep, 100%. So I'm going to go
on the screens. I'll put the one on the screen. Do you want me to do the ones for like the VAs that I throw on the screen?
Yeah, do the VA question.
Okay, anybody has
Beard? Go to Matt Beard at 4:52 p.m.
4:52. I love Matt Beard, dude. Matt Beard, are you excited for the new office, bro, or what? We are freaking super excited. Well, here's one for Errol. What's Errol got to say about that?
Errol, vahub.com. That's where you want to go. And Jasmine over there and Daryl will get you taken care of. So in regards to VAs, guys, Matt Beard has done an amazing job at building his virtual assistant team. Because here's the understanding that everyone has to get when they're having, a virtual assistant working on their team is they are a real human. They have real goals. They have real talents, real skills. They have work ethic to get the job done. So the more that you pour into your team, the better they're going to be able to do. So there's a couple different options you could look at when you're starting with a VA. So there's the option of sourcing a VA yourself, which you can go to Craigslist, you can go to Upwork.com. There's different ways you can go source a VA yourself, put out some ads, do some interviews, hire them, create the training, onboard them, take them through the process, track, do the accountability, do all that on your own, right? So that's option one that you have. Another option that you have is hiring through a company like vahub.com that basically helps kind of expedite that process where you're going to be able to get a VA that's already has at least a year or two of cold calling experience, or whatever you're hiring them for has experience in that, and where they're going through a boot camp of training within that company. You have a success manager that's doing training for for your particular VA and holding them accountable, doing end of day reports, managing, making sure that they're actually doing what they're supposed to. So that's, if you hire through a company that has a process in place to get your VAs, performing, right? But the next level is the training that you're doing. So like Matt Beard, what he's done a great job at with his VAs is he's actually gotten it to a point where he has his VAs cold calling, they're structuring deals. Like by the time Matt actually gets on the phone with a prospect, they're pretty much, he knows that it's either probably going to be a deal or not, just based on some of the final negotiations that he's doing. So they're doing acquisitions already. So Matt just kind of, pushes them over the edge to actually get the deal contracted. So, but it takes time. Like that didn't happen overnight. So what we've done, within mine and Pace's company is we're using, we use Trainual to put together a whole intensive training for our VAs. So we use vahub.com because we like the accountability. We don't want to have to go out and hire and find the VAs and interview the VAs and go through all that process. We like to just have a VA that, kind of knows what they're doing already, can get started, and then we teach them on our process. So then we've put together additional training and additional support to actually be able to go through continued training, teaching them terminology, teaching them additional skills, teaching them how creative financing works so they can understand when they're on the phone with the seller, oh, wow, this actually could be a subject to deal. So they'll put in the notes, they'll submit a lead through, and they'll say, hey, after talking to, Mr. Seller, it looks like a wholesale opportunity is not going to work with this particular seller, but they would actually consider selling on terms. That's what they would like to talk about on the follow-up call. So you can do that additional training with your VA, but you cannot mistake that they are just like a normal person, right? That has goals, that has work ethic, that has talents. And so the better that you're able to, help them, the better they're going to be able to do. You can have them be pretty much hands off and just kind of be running on working through those campaigns and, be able to get leads. But to get to the highest level of success, it's doing some additional training and teaching them on the things you want them to know, like creative financing. You got to show them for that type of thing. So that's what I would say for the VAs and getting them started. And, as far as, so I saw the question somebody asked, when is it the right time to, hire a virtual assistant? There's really, the right time is when you're in a financial place to be able to do it. I wouldn't recommend somebody hiring a VA to do like cold calling or, marketing for them unless they're willing to be paying that virtual assistant for at least, 60, 90 days without a return on their investment. Because you have to think about what's the life cycle of, what's the turn time on a wholesale deal or, the creative deal. Typically, if you get a lead, you're following up with the seller, it might take on a short period of time, 2 to 4 weeks, maybe 6 weeks to actually, follow up with that lead to where it turns into a contract. But payday is typically not going to be 2 weeks to 4 weeks out. So that's what you have to look at. So that could take 60, 90 days before you see an ROI on that money that you're investing. So you have to make sure you're in a financial position. So I would say continue yourself until you're able to be financially in that spot. Tristan, VA Hub on Friday, one question I asked, would you be willing to incentivize your VAs? I thought, who wouldn't do that? So what we do is we give an extra bonus. So VA Hub, they pay their VAs a flat $1 per hour. But what we do for our VAs through VA Hub is we pay an extra bonus. So we're paying an extra $100 for if one of our VAs gets us a lead that turns into a contract, we are going to give that VA an extra $100 bonus. So we're giving them bonuses. We just pay them. They handle getting the payment to the VA and take care of it. But we want our VAs to be incentivized because think about it yourself. If you're paid per hour, it does not change how much you make based on how well you're doing between this hour and next hour. But if you know that you're going to get an extra $100 bonus and, in the Philippines, that's a pretty substantial bonus for them, for getting a closed contract. So you look at getting a $100 bonus, they're going to want to figure out how to do everything that they can to be able to get more contracts. They're going to figure out how to get better. They're going to try and, practice their scripts. They're going to go through the personal growth. They're going to go through additional training. They're going to be asking you for feedback, how they can get better if they're motivated to get that bonus. So we highly encourage bonuses. Like, if you're not encouraging the bonuses, it's hard to continue having consistent performance over time without incentive. There's lots of VAs that do well on an hourly rate, but it's like that next level well when you're incentivizing based on a bonus. What's the name of the VA company? VAHub.com. It's actually changed from VAHubonline.com to just VAHub.com. I was actually, Maurice is asking, can I get access to those trainings for his VA?
Well, Maurice is a sub-2 student. He's one of my favorite ones. He's out in New Jersey doing deals, crushing it. What can we put together for those VA trainings, Cody?
So I haven't talked to you about this, but me and Matt were talking about today. We're actually going to put together like a almost like a roadmap to success for having a successful experience with a virtual assistant. So within how when they get started, how to get the best results, what are the pitfalls, what are the things to look out for, what are the things that you should be doing to ensure the highest level of success. So we're actually working on putting something together. We'll probably have it out here in the next 2 to 3 weeks. So that's going to be something that we're going to come out with, because people keep asking, and we make videos and we talk about it. And the trainual that I have set up and then that Matt has set up, they're so specific for our business and the way that we like things to be handled. But so what we're going to do is we're just going to come together and we're going to create one big, one process that anyone could kind of plug into to be able to get the best results possible. So that's what we're going to do, Maurice. So just stay tuned for that.
I'll tell you also something that is, here's the truth. Also, that Cody probably, until I say this out loud, Cody won't even know until I say it, but he'll go, that's true as well. So whenever you create videos for your team, it's the first time you're creating videos. The second you finish making all these videos, you go, oh man, I would have done it a little bit differently now that I know how to put all these things together.
We're doing that today.
Right. So that, like, the more you are outward and you're influencing other people and you're teaching people all the time, you learn what types of things work and what doesn't work. And so what's happened is Cody spent a year, Matthew Beard has spent a year putting this stuff together. And then after you put it all together and it's 90% perfect, what happens is you get these questions that you're like, crap, how did I not cover that in the video? So
yes.
Now Matt and Cody feel like they really need to redo some of those videos. Also, probably production value, lighting, video, audio, that kind of stuff probably needs to be amplified as well.
Our production value is trash on our video, but it's functional. It's trash, but it's so functional. It does exactly what it needs to do, but there's lots of, oh crap, waiting for this page to load. There's lots of that, but it functions and it gets the job done. So production value, that's where we're coming together to actually just create something that everyone can access and use. Love it.
So, Matthew Beard, he came on board with us a year ago as a real estate agent. Matt, do you want to come on tomorrow onto the 25-hour live? I'd love to have you on as a guest talking about some of the stuff that me and Cody are all working on. But Matthew came up to us as a real estate agent. Look on my Instagram. You'll see Matthew Beard's first wholesale check was about a year ago. And then he then started running our door knocking team, started crushing it on wholesale. Matt then went out and built his own wholesale business, but we own a few businesses all together, me, Cody, and Matt. So very, very lucky to have Matt as a friend. Matt, I'd love to have you on the show tomorrow. That'd be great. And congratulations for being a new father. Happy Father's Day for you, bro. By the way, guess what? Everybody around us owns their own houses subject to. Matt owns his own house subject to. Right after Matt met us, he was like, wait a minute, I can buy a house subject to, but Matt bought a VA loan subject to. So congrats. Yeah. We are practitioners of this business. All three of us live in subject to homes. All three of us do wholesale. All three of us do fix and flips. All three of us do exactly what we teach you guys, which is cool. By the way, check this out. Cody and I are working on this thing called Pace and Cody's Roadmap to Success. Like, for example, let me pull up a question that literally gets answered 3 or 4 questions 3 or 4 times during each one of these deals. So the question was, and it's been asked a few times. By the way, Sedina Thwin Harwood, I just posted the 25-hour live stream in the Creative Finance Facebook group and on my YouTube. So guys, please do me a favor. I'm going to be standing on my feet, not eating any food, and just bringing value to you guys for 25 straight hours. I'm going to go all night long. Imagine how crappy that's going to be. I'm going to feel like a lonely island sitting there in outer space, and nobody's going to be watching, but I'm going to continue to talk about things. Guys, do me a favor. Take a screenshot today of what Cody and I are doing, put it on your Instagram, go to the Creative Finance Facebook group, make a comment on it. Let's keep that thing at the very top because the algorithm depends on comments. Go make a comment, throw up a peace sign, whatever you got to do, and tell everybody about tomorrow, the 25-hour live. I would be very, very grateful. The more people we can help, the more people we can impact, the more people we have to work with along the journey. And I can tell you one of the best parts about like Yui and Tristan and a lot of my guys that are in the sub 2 mentorship, one of the best parts about any mentorship or any community is working with each other. It's not contingent upon me and Cody. It's contingent upon what Cody and I set forth. It's the go-giver mentality that we're trying to set forth and leading by example. And then ultimately you guys work with each other and you're doing deals with each other. Guys, we're trying to change each other's financial future. Again, what's the number one thing you can do to change people's ultimate financial future? It doesn't matter if race, age, sex, location, environment they grew up in. It all comes down to their education around money. So that's what we're trying to do. Jewel Wigglesworth, by the way, still to this day, I think Jewel has one of the best names of all time. Thank you, Jewel. You're awesome. So guys, please go share that. Thank you, Tristan. I appreciate it. Tristan's always helping out. He's always trying to share all that kind of stuff. Thank you. Rob Robbins, he's the man. Rob, I hope to see you out there in California, brother. My schedule for we're going to 45 cities in 65 days, so I can't wait to see you out there. Angel's gonna have a lead for the marathon tomorrow, guys. Bring your leads, bring your calls, bring your problems, bring your things that we're gonna structure your deals. I've got a whiteboard behind me. We're gonna do all this stuff. We're gonna bring some value. I've been pouring all my time and energy into the sub 2 family, the private mentorship, and I haven't been able to get back to the free Facebook group for almost 2 months. So we're gonna do something cool tomorrow, bring you guys to the table. I'm gonna have a lot of my students come on talking about their deals that they're working on so you guys can hear what a newbie's aspect of this business sounds like and what leads they're working and what troubles they're working through and all that kind of stuff. It's gonna be pretty amazing.
Hey, somebody just said, I can't click because I didn't go into the other deal, but they said just got into the Go Knock app and WTF head exploding.
Oh yeah, where did I see that? Oh yeah. Big Daddy, I love it. Happy Daddy's Day, by the way. Yeah, the Go Knock app is dope. And so here's the thing about the Go Knock app. You guys need to understand it's not just a knocking app. It's not just a driving for dollars app. So like you guys know about Deal Machine, Go Knock has everything Deal Machine has, but way more. I feel like Deal Machine is like the little younger sister to Go Knock, right? Go Knock is like the big brother. It's like you can virtually drive for dollars, you can drive for dollars, you can SMS, you can do all the things, all that stuff. But it also, when I log into the app, it asks me, what do you want to do today? Dude, like where's this app been? So for $50 a month, I have unlimited pre-foreclosure lists, vacant lists, all that kind of stuff. I log into the app, dude, like shit. I feel like I should pull this up on my phone and be like,
but I was showing it to my parents today when I brought my dad his Father's Day present, and I was just going through. I was just like, yeah, the app's coming out, and I was going through it, and he's like, my mom's been a realtor for 15 years, so she's just like, wow, like that's actually like I think realtors could use that as well.
Everybody, dude, it's insane. So check this out, guys. I'm gonna go to Go Knock. Pops up this fast, okay, and it says, "What would you like to do today?" Okay, how about I just find deals, and I just push cancel because I don't really care about anything else, and I just zoom out, and what it's gonna do is it's gonna auto-populate every single new lead that is a foreclosure already into my app, so I know exactly where to go and what to do, and I can route it And then on my route to the existing foreclosures and vacant properties that are already auto-populated into my app in all of the United States, I then can drive for dollars on an already successful and specific route. I no longer would ever drive for dollars. I think it's a waste of time. Check that out. Yeah, it's GoKnock still.
The website. Some people are saying they aren't getting to the website. This is what the website is when I type in GoKnock.com. So I'm not sure. But you can start the free trial to start using it.
Cody,
only 100 people though. Like Pace was saying, we can only have 100 trial users right now.
What's this answer for Fred Hardy?
How often do you text the same list? We text the same list every month for 6 months. And then as far as cold calling, we put that list into the into call tools, and we're dialing through that list, and then we're adding to it. So say like pre-foreclosures, for example, new pre-foreclosures are coming out every day. So I have a VA that goes in Monday through Friday, pulls the newest pre-foreclosures from batch, skip traces them, imports them into the dialer, and then we're hitting those phone numbers every single day, every single day, every single day. And then we recycle that campaign for the people that haven't answered the phone. So that's what we're doing with those.
So check this out. So Gracie Joe, aside from driving for dollars, how is GoKnock different from prop streams? Not even close to the same thing.
No.
In my opinion, not even close to the same thing. Here's what prop stream is to me in our business. I feel like prop stream allows us to pull a couple of lists. It allows comp properties in areas that we don't have MLS.
Comping is the number one thing we use prop stream for. Number one.
Outside of that, but if you want to do deals, Gracie and everybody else, I'm sorry, but like, guys, raise your hand. Guys, throw up a raised hand if you feel like in your wholesale real estate fix and flip subject to creative finance business, you have done busy work to feel like you are staying busy, and you feel you're doing all this busy work to convince yourself you're doing something. Everybody throw up your hand if you guys have felt like you've done something like that. I feel like that's what PropStream and a lot of these apps are. GoKnock is an app that gets you out on your ass. So if you haven't done a deal and you are sitting there looking at things in PropStream, guys, get out in the streets, put notes on houses, call sellers from the app, go out, get in the streets. You don't have to knock doors. Our team knocks doors. We love the GoKnock app for knocking doors and leaving notes, but you don't have to. The tool is incredibly robust. But if somebody says to me, what is GoKnock summed up in one word, I would say it's real estate investing. It's Pokemon Go for real estate investing.
That's great.
It gets you off your ass, and it gets you out and doing something instead of doing the busy work that's associated with all this stuff that people do, right? It's like, I want to PropStream. Look, we like PropStream too, but PropStream ain't getting nobody deals. GoKnock is all about. Do you guys remember when Pokemon Go was like the shit? Everybody was in parks. Everybody was out and about, and it went on for a good amount of time. It was the coolest game ever. That's what GoKnock is. GoKnock is Pokemon Go for real estate investing. It gets you out in the streets. It gets you out doing deals. Now, can I go knock from my web app? Yeah, it's dope. It is an unbelievable app. By the way, Daryl Thomas. Check this out. Daryl Thomas tomorrow is the final guest on the 25-hour live. You know what Daryl Thomas is going to be talking about? Him and the GoKnock gal, Landry, are going to be doing a demo, a full 1-hour demo at 5 a.m. Tuesday morning. That would be Arizona. That's Daryl's time, because Daryl's over there in Florida. That's Daryl's time, 8 a.m. That's why Daryl chose that slot. He was like, oh, this is perfect for me. So Daryl and Landry are going to be doing a demo. Why Daryl? Daryl is a Subject 2 student. He's a sub2.com student, and he was going on and on and on about how much he loved the GoKnock app, because we let a lot of the students have access to the app like a month ago as we were going through and fixing bugs and updating the design and doing all that kind of stuff. And Daryl's going on and on about the app. And I go, did you know it does this? He goes, no, I had no idea. Did you know it did this? No, I had no idea. Did you know it did this? Oh my gosh, how this app is 10 times better than I thought it was. And I said, look, we don't have any training for it yet, because the app is launching this coming week. Why don't you and Landry, who's in charge of onboarding all of our customers, do a segment on the 25-hour live where I walk you through and we show you all the cool features that Go Knock have. So Tuesday morning, 5 a.m. Arizona time, which is the final hour of the 25-hour extravaganza craziness that we'll be doing, Daryl, Thomas, and Landry will be talking all about Go Knock. I wonder what time I can get. Matthew Beard on. What time? What works for you?
What?
I'd love to get you and Matthew Beard on at the same time.
Probably like mid-afternoon. We could do a time like after maybe like 2 o'clock or something. That would be solid. April is asking, do you have to upload lists into Go Knock? I was just going to show you guys real quick. The lists are already in there. Foreclosure, vacant, tax delinquent, absentee owners. You can search by the zip code.
Guys, the list. Name an app. Everybody, you know what everybody says? And I went into the free Facebook group today, dude. I'm getting hyped right now. The free Facebook group. Somebody's like, where's the best place to get free foreclosures? And I'm like, Go Knock auto populates them into the app every day. They're updated every day. They're in there already. Pre-foreclosure, vacant, tax delinquent. What's the other one?
Absentee owners, vacant, foreclosure, tax delinquent.
Bro, why would I ever go pull? Why would I ever go? I like PropStream for comping, but why would I ever go to PropStream to pull a pre-foreclosure list if I could literally open my Go Knock app and have all the pre-foreclosures nationwide at the touch of my button, already in my phone?
Yeah.
And not just that, but pinged, and it tells you when they pop up as a new lead. It's like, oh my gosh, there's a new pre-foreclosure. You get notified, guys. Like, this is insane. It's insane what the technology is. And somebody asked, what's the difference between Go Knock and batch leads? Just signed up for batch leads before this call. Batch leads is where we text from. That's how we text in mass quantities. Cody, how many texts are we sending a day?
Yeah, we're sending about 5,000 texts a day, which is batches max right now. But batch leads, it's two different things. So batch leads is where you're pulling lists from, and you're going to be keeping all of your data. It's where your data lives. Like all of the addresses, the phone numbers, all of your data lives in there, where you can stack it for multiple layers of motivation. You can do text marketing out of there. There's actually going to be a dialer built soon for batch as well here in the next couple months. But that's what you use batch for, is, getting the data, skip tracing the data, and managing your data. Go Knock is more of a strategy of you're going out, you're knocking doors, or you're doing Pokemon Go for real estate investing. You're finding vacant properties to do little mini text campaigns, all done through the app, mail campaigns through the app. So it's just a different use.
By the way, guys, so batch leads, anybody that hasn't already signed up for this, I call it my sushi code. It's the code that gives me $20 for Cody and I to go get sushi. It gives you guys 500 text messages for free. So the code is batchleads.io/PACE, code PACE, and you'll get 500 free text messages. Gives Cody and I $20 to go buy sushi with. So anybody that signed up for that, thank you so much. We've gone out and got
raw sushi.
So when people are like, what can we do to give back to you? What can we do to give back to you? You're always doing all this cool stuff. I'm like, sushi. Like if you sign up for that, we get sushi. Basically, it's the sushi code. But
so Grace was asking, would you ever consider comping to Go Knock? So the thing is, it's not in-depth comping. I wouldn't consider Zillow as the best comping source, but if you're at a property, you can actually pull up Zillow, and it takes you right to Zillow for that particular property, so you can get some estimated values for that area.
Love it. So Daryl Thomas, will Go Knock ever be integrated with Batch Leads? Here's what's cool. Cody and I partnered with Batch Leads. Jesse, Annie, Evo are our partners on the Go Knock app. They're the ones that developed the majority of the technology. I can't even tell you. I don't even want to tell you how much hundreds of thousands of dollars we've put into this app, guys, to build this thing outright. And we feel like all the cool features we've got in there, we're just scratching the surface on what's possible here. So yes, Batch Leads is going to feel very similar to Go Knock, but they are different things. Go Knock is for building a team. You can manage a team. I can actually track my team members. So people that are knocking doors or driving for dollars, or they're out in the field doing whatever, the Go Knock app will start tracking them in version 1.1. That's something we're working on right now. So I can see my team members, what they're doing, how many doors they're knocking, all the photos they took, all the notes they took. So if I'm a team member in my Go Knock app and I leave a note on the house, the next team member can go in the app as they're underneath their username, and they can see all the notes that were ever left on that property. So it is an amazing tool. We're just barely scratching the feature of what's possible, but definitely take a look at it. I think we're only letting 100 people sign up for it. Cody, where do they go to sign up for it on the soft launch?
Gonok.com and then start your 14-day free trial.
Got it. Okay.
And it will only let 100 people. So it just literally only will let 100 people right now. And then, once we actually soft launch, they'll be able to start adding more.
So guys, it is 100% in every single part of the United States right now. There were people, Natasha Turner from the Sub2 family, the mentorship. By the way, she just got a 0 down, 0% financed house in Virginia, $500,000 house. The seller gave her 0 down, 0% interest, $500,000 home. Anyway, she
does not suck.
It does not suck. So she is. I'm private lending to her the down payment to do the renovation, so she can turn around and get a wrap buyer, and then she's going to replenish. So Cody and I are going to private lend to Natasha, which will be cool. But the reason I bring up Natasha is because she originally was like, "Oh, Go Knock doesn't work in my area. I can't pull leads." And we had to remind Natasha, "Hey, my friend, it is in beta. There was a couple little bugs here and there." So we fixed those bugs, and then all the leads popped up, the pre-foreclosures, the vacants, the tax delinquents, the absentee owners. She was like, "Oh my gosh, this is the coolest thing ever." So anyway, there's Natasha. There she is. Natasha, I don't know what time you're going to be on there, but make sure you go to the Google Sheet and fill out. We need to get you on the live tomorrow. It's going to be fun.
Eric Fraser said $50 a month for the basic version of it that has everything you need. Yeah, $50 a month. There's additional versions if you have a team or you have multiple people using the app for a little bit more, but yeah, $50 a month.
Hey guys, do us a favor. We're going to answer a couple more questions. We're going to finish off here in about 15, 20 minutes. Do us a favor. If you guys are getting any value from us, take a screenshot. Okay, take a screenshot, throw it on Instagram, throw it on Facebook. Go to the Creative Finance Facebook group and share that link to other investor groups. Let everybody know that the 25-hour live is going on tomorrow. We want more people to squad up with. We want to build the Creative Finance community, and we want to lead with value, and we want to lead with being go-givers. We want everybody to know Creative Finance investors are all go-givers. So anyway, let's, guys, please share anything you can on social media. Let everybody know about the 25-hour live going. So Natasha, sounds like she's getting in 5 a.m. on the second day, which is fine. I'd love to start. We're starting with April Giuliano in the morning and ending with Natasha Turner the next day in the morning, which will be really cool. So when is it available, Cody?
For people can start downloading it now. They can go on gonok.com and start your trial and start testing the app now. But there's only 100 spots because we aren't technically launched yet. So we could only have 100 people. So if it doesn't allow you to download it, there's already been too many people that have downloaded it, and then you'll have to wait for the next opening.
Love it, love it, love it. So again, guys, so here's what we're going to be doing in the next. Should we talk about our roadmap? Dude, I've been talking because I get hyped up. Why don't you talk about the roadmap to success that we're working on and where it came from and what we're thinking and what is it supposed to help people with?
Yeah, so Pace and I were talking about just all the different questions that people ask, like, what's your business look like? What is it look like? What does it actually look like? People want to get a good understanding. And so what we're actually doing is we're actually putting together. Can you give me access to share my screen? I'll give them.
You don't need access. You can just do it.
Okay. Let me do this. I only want to show a certain part of it. So
Nicholas Lawson, the person providing the internal skip tracing for GoKnock, is none other than Batch Leads. Batch Leads is actually our partner. They are owners of the app with us. So there's 5 owners of GoKnock. It's Cody, myself, Jesse, and Evo of Batch Lead. So of course we would use their data. We've been using their data for a long time. We were reluctant of switching over to their texting not too long ago.
Oh yeah.
Cody did not want to go. Cody, what happened to our texting when we switched over from Roar over to them?
Basically what happened, when we were using Roar, we were getting whatever we would send out, we were getting about an 8 to 10% response rate, which I was happy with, but they were saying that we can get a lot higher response rate with Batch, so I decided to try it, and our response rate went from 8 to 12% to upwards of 20 to 25% response rate, which is ridiculous. Like I was super impressed with what the response rate that we were getting was.
Love it. So you're going to share your screen?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to share it without sharing how to actually get on the page, because we can't share that yet until it's done. Just give me a second. Yeah,
Zoom is so much better with like, it gives you the options of screen sharing. You can like share one window, screen, right?
Yep. So let me do this.
I don't know. Is there a code or something for the discount code for the $49? Try code Pace.
May have to check with Landry.
Landry is actually going to be house sitting my house for 2.5 months while I'm gone on the road.
Nice.
I know. So yes, can you download a list on Excel from the app? Yes, you can. Here's a screenshot. Tristan's sending me a text message right now. Let's see here.
Actually, here, I know what I'm gonna do. Just hang tight for me, and I'm gonna get a screenshot of the page.
Okay. No problem. Okay, anyway, tax default and vacants not on the 49 PLA. I don't know what that means, but thank you anyway. I don't know what PLA means.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, if I'm using GoKnock, would I still need prop stream? Shy Slay, I wish we were on Zoom so I could actually talk to you. Shy Slay, would you want to come on here and actually chat with Cody and I? I'm going to throw this link to you, the StreamYard link. If you go to that StreamYard link, it's literally right there in the comments. Go to the comments right there. It's a StreamYard link. Copy and paste that link into your web browser, and it's going to pop you into the studio. I want to chat with you and have a conversation with you, because the challenge is with so many things in business, there's no such thing as a yes or no answer. It depends on you and what you're doing in your business. So let's chat about it. I'd love to. I'd love to chat with you. So Shy, click on the link that I just left in the comments. It's https://StreamYard/whatever. Jump into the chat. I'd love to chat with you about that. Cody, did you figure out how to do it?
I'm going to send you a screenshot of it real quick.
Yes, Shy, it will work on the link will work on your mobile just fine. What do you do if a bank isn't providing a payment statement in a timely manner with an auction date in 21 days? What we do is we actually write a letter. It's a legal letter, Maurice, and I can give you that letter because you're in my sub2.com mentorship. The letter actually talks about the Information Act and that I have the right to information. And we write the trustee or the bank a letter, and they are forced to give it to us right away. So either I can show you that, or Rochelle can give you that sometime tomorrow. Happy to do that. Also happy to call your bank for you and kind of walk through the process. Since you're one of the students, I'd love to do that for you. Yeah, so Dwayne Ginsu Jeffries Watts says, batch dialer, damn, I can't keep up. Yeah, you know, we're using call tools. We've used Mojo. We've used a handful that we've used ZenCall. We've used all of them. Eric Frazier, I don't know what the code for the trial is. Let me call Jesse real quick and see if we have a code for the trial.
Boom. All right, here we go. Now I'm going to share my screen. While we wait.
Hey, Daryl, dial. Oh, here we go. Boom.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
There, that was a screenshot of, you know, me clicking on acquisition without it going to that page. But guys, so basically what we're doing is we're talking about, there's basically 4 parts to a wholesale business, which in turn, obviously, you know, funds your creative finance business. And so basically we're putting together Pace and Cody's roadmap to success. So within the 4 parts, you have acquisition, or, you know, from start to finish, you have marketing, acquisition, disposition, and your systems that hold all of that together. And so essentially this is going to be an interactive little website. It's not going to be super in detail, but it's going to show what our operation looks like. It's going to show, hey guys, on our marketing, we have cold call. This is how many cold callers that we have. This is how many text marketers we have. This is the system we use for text marketing. This is the system we use for cold calling. Under acquisition, this is where our leads go. This is how many acquisition guys we have. For our door knocking team, this is how many door knockers we have. This is what that looks like. For our disposition, this is how we dispo our properties. This is the email blast technology we use. This is the text marketing we use to send out our properties to our end buyers. And then here's the systems that hold all of that together. So that's what we're putting together, and it'll be a little info, you know, interactive graphic on a website. That'll be out this week, guys. So literally it final touches over the next couple days, and you know, you guys will be able to get a lot of your questions answered, because these are the things everyone's asking us all the time. What do you use for texting? What do you use for calling? How many acquisition people do you have?
How do you pay your acquisition guys? Where do you find your acquisition guys?
Yeah.
How do you blog, you know, all that kind of stuff. So all of those things are going to be on Pace and Cody's roadmap to success. And we're going to be sharing a link to that tomorrow on the 25-hour live. It's free. Like, we're going to build it out. We're going to continue to update it, and it will just show you exactly what we use, what we do, how we operate our business. And you guys can just go on there. It's interactive. Like, oh, what does this look like? What does that look like? And it clicks around and it shows you exactly the answers to your questions. The challenge is, one of the questions that gets asked all the time is like, when should I hire a VA? And I'm going to answer that question the same way I'm going to answer Shai's question, which is, where are you at in your business? Where are you at financially? What do you need specifically? So Shai, I'm unmuted. Shai, you have to unmute yourself, just so you know. Can you do that for me?
Hi, guys.
Hi, Shai. How you doing?
Hey, guys. I'm well. How are you guys this evening? Thank you for doing this. I missed you guys.
I'm so glad you're on here.
Good to be back.
Yeah, so where I am right now, we started wholesaling about 7 months ago, and now we're starting to transition. I'm starting to learn a little bit more about creative financing so that we're not passing over any opportunities. Right now we're using PropStream to pull vacant, absentee, and pre-foreclosures, but as everyone has said, the pre-foreclosures seem to have been a little delayed lately. So that's why I was trying to see, like, if I would need both, or if Go Knock would suit our needs for the type of list that we're pulling.
Yeah, so all of those lists that you're talking about come standard with Go Knock when you sign up for the $50 membership. Those all those foreclosure. What are the lists? There's 4 lists that you get, right, Cody? What are they?
Yeah, foreclosures, tax delinquent, vacant, and absentee owners. So yeah, using them within the app, it's pretty easy to use. If you're going to be, if you're wanting to do like cold calling and dump them into a dialer and be text blasting out to those people, I would recommend pulling those lists from batch, so you could actually get a big list of them, because otherwise you're going to have to individually click on every single one of those, export, upload. I mean, it's going to take a lot of time. So that's what I would recommend doing.
Cody right now. And hey guys, I'm on the phone with Jesse Burrell, our partner on GoKnock. I'm doing Sunday service right now, and I just want to know, is there a coupon code for the free trial?
Or how does it just work? Or should we not be giving it out already?
We've got people going to the site and it's like telling them it's $49, and then there's a code thing that they can input.
Oh, this is so choppy.
Oh, got it. Okay. So any plan they choose, they can get any plan they want for the free trial? Okay, cool. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. Got it. Love it. Thank you. All right. Bye. Okay, so guys, I just talked to Jesse. He's our partner on the deal. You can do the $50 plan or the upgraded plan for the 14-day trial. You just need to select on it and move to the next screen, and then you can get the 14-day trial in either one of those. We have a yearly subscription for like a more robust team, which is more like our team. We have door knockers, we have full-time people. And at one point when Matthew Beard was running our door knocking team, we were doing about 8 contracts a month all through door knocking. That's where this door knocking app came from originally. It was just, we love door knocking and we love, getting out there in the streets. But anyway, Shy, what I would do is I would go try out the 14-day trial. You're going to get all that data that you guys are pulling on PropStream for it's part of the $50 plan, and it allows you to export. It allows you to put other lists up there. Allows you to driving for dollars. So it's like everything you're using PropStream for and everything you're using Deal Machine for is all in one app for 1/5 of the price.
Very cool.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Shy. I appreciate it. I'm glad that I was able to actually ask the question to you. She's on a pretty big delay, unfortunately. So anyway, guys, we're gonna do about 5 more minutes. Who's got questions for us? Who has a question for Cody? Here we go. What's your average response rate for door knocking in your markets? Cody knows this. We don't really have a response rate. Yeah. It's probably 20%, 30%. But what's our deal rate? What's our KPI? Deals per door knocked.
An average person is going to be getting a deal about every 150 doors that they knock. Once somebody is really talented and doing a really good job and they're very skilled, they're going to be getting a contract basically every 85 doors. That's where Matt Beard was at after he went through the trials and got really comfortable and confident at the doors.
Right. So really good door knocker is going to be 80 to 100. Anywhere that's brand new is going to be 150. That's the KPI. The response rate is probably about 20 to 30%. So you go knock 100 doors, you're only going to talk to 20 or 30 people. The other people, we leave notes on their house or their car or their mailbox or whatever. We don't do the UPS envelopes like so many people do. Honestly, it just comes down to sticky notes. All you need to do. Is that 150 doors or 150 conversations? 150 doors. 150 doors knocked will bring you 1 contract if you're brand new. And you can typically knock 150 doors in about 4 to maybe 5 days at the longest. Yeah, 1 deal every 35. 1 deal for every 30 to 40 conversations, yes. Who makes the best sushi in Phoenix? Well, now it's Nobu. Nobu just moved here. I have not had a chance to go to Nobu, but I can already tell you they're going to be the best in Phoenix by far. Let's see here. So again, guys, for Cody, do you and Matt want to come on? Let's figure that out. What time do you guys want to come on tomorrow? give you guys the schedule that's available. Holy moly, it's filling up. You guys want to do 12 noon Arizona time?
I can't do 12 tomorrow. But I can do afternoon. Like I could do basically anytime after 1.
Okay, let's do 2 o'clock. Cody Barton and Matthew Beard. And we'll do an hour. What I want to do is I want to go through hiring and onboarding a VA. When should I hire and onboard a VA? What's that process look like? What does it cost? What do I say to my VAs to make sure they're getting me deals? All that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So like this is on VAs, super stoked about because we got a few more cold caller VAs going. We got 16 leads on Father's Day Sunday.
Hey, so guys, Virtus Investment, can you share the website for GoKnock app? Guys, it's on the iTunes store, and it's also on the Droid store. The Droid store. I don't know what the name of your guys' store is, but it's on that green robot store that you guys have. Okay, it's on both Android and iPhone. It's on the App Store.
And the web version, GoKnock.com, like is GoKnock.com.
GoKnock.com. Let's check it out. Am I doing it wrong?
I typed it in on my computer and it's working.
How is it not? It's working.
Is it working on yours?
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
It looks solid.
And then it says right on the front of the screen, it says start your 14
Yeah, no, it's pretty simple. I'm looking at it. I'm like, it looks pretty simple.
You guys are going to get a knuckle sandwich real quick. Hold on a second.
I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Yeah, Daniel says it works.
Can you see this?
I see. That's what I see. When I type in GoKnock.com, that's exactly what I see.
It's right here. See this? It says start your 14-day free trial. GoKnock Real Estate. Check out those beautiful emblems right there. Pokemon Go, guys. Real estate deal go. Okay, GoKnock.com. It's right here. Boom, boom, boom. And if you look at the URL, it's GoKnock.com, and obviously it kind of does a little amperstamp there, but number sign. There it goes, guys. GoKnock. We are only allowing 100 people to get on there, so you can imagine tomorrow when we're doing the 25-hour broadcast, we'll be talking about it. We're doing 100 people now, and then so it's like a soft launch. And then we're going to do a full launch in probably 2 or 3 weeks. So guys, if you are interested in getting the GoKnock app, I would sign up for your 14-day trial now before everybody and their mama tries to sign up for it tomorrow. So I'm in the app, but I don't see emblems. So Scott Genji, do me a favor. Go to the watch the module tomorrow. We're going to be on there. We're going to do a whole 1 hour live of exactly how to operate this. Okay. 1 hour live, all about how to operate it, how to sign up for the 14-minute or 14-day trial, all that kind of stuff. Or stop by our Mesa office tomorrow and bother Cody and he'll tell you exactly how to do it. Angel says it took 45 seconds. They were all done. GoKnock deal. They're boom, boom, boom. With the sub course. Hey, Hannah Burgie. So anybody in the sub 2, oh my gosh, Daryl's just busting my chops now. Anybody in the sub 2 family, look at the screen right now. Hannah's question. Do you guys get help with contracts? Do you guys get help with calling sellers? Do you guys get help with all of the deal structuring? What do you not get in that mentorship? Tell me what you're missing. Please answer. If I answer the question, obviously Will McWhirter is saying yes. All of the above, you get it all, 100%. Will, thank you for the love, brother. Thank you. Hey, bro, how are you picking the deals? What do you mean? How am I picking the deals? We take whatever works. Robin says, yep, she gets it all. She gets love in the sub 2 mentorship. All right, so guys, tomorrow, 25-hour live. Do me a favor, take a screenshot of this. Put it up on your Instagram. Tell everybody to go to the Creative Finance page. We're going to be going live from the Creative Finance page and from my YouTube channel tomorrow, 5 a.m. all the way to 6 a.m. the next day. And we're going to be doing amazing, amazing stuff. We're going to be doing a lot of one-on-ones with people who need help. We're going to be calling sellers. We're going to be structuring deals with other creative finance investors that are my friends. Cody, Matt are going to come on and talk about VA Hub and how they're hiring and training VAs. It is going to be amazing. Oh, hey, Daryl, do you want me to show you? Daryl, I actually love you, by the way. You're an amazing guy. But he says you don't get Pace and Cody to accept your friend request on Facebook. I have not accepted a friend request on Facebook in like a year and a half. I think I have like 17,000 requests on Facebook.
They never do. They just go to followers. But here, I pulled you up. I'm going to accept it live right now.
Wow. Daryl Thompson. Boom.
It's official, Daryl.
Love it. So Daryl, I don't go on my personal Facebook group.
I don't either.
Facebook. I use my business Facebook. So I'm always in the creative finance page and I'm always in the sub 2 page. Obviously you see me in sub 2 every morning, 3 or 4 hours on the private stuff, but I don't ever go on I hate regular Facebook because it's just a bunch of people fighting and like doing stuff and not providing value. I want to be in my warm little cozy corner of the creative finance Facebook group and the sub 2 Facebook group. Outside of that, I don't accept friend requests for even my mom. I don't go there for any of that stuff. Okay, so Yui, but bro, how have you not accepted Yui?
Oh my God. I don't go on any of them either. I go on Facebook and I go to like 3 different Facebook groups, and I don't even go to anything. Like I literally have everything on my thing turned off. I don't do anything besides go to Facebook groups.
Hey, who's the Facebook user? Please type in your name. Who's the Facebook user? I kind of have a feeling. I know who it is. I think it's William Prosper, just by the questions that he's asking, but I couldn't tell. Is that William Prosper? Yui, you're the freaking man, by the way, bro. No, Nick Allen. Bro, we got to fix that. We got to get don't be coming on the, guys, do not come on the Facebook or don't come on to the 25-hour stream tomorrow without fixing your name, because I want to be able to call you out by name. I want to put your name up on the screen, all that kind of stuff. So guys, please fix that. Oh crap, Cody, now that the friend requests are going to start coming in, dog. Oh my gosh. Okay, guys, thank you so much for Sunday service. If you guys got any value, please throw up a peace sign or give us a thumbs up or show Cody some love by following him on Facebook. Any one of those 3 works. Definitely don't follow me. Don't follow me on Facebook because I don't go in there. It does look like I go in there because I post on Instagram. Instagram is my jam. I love Instagram. And I post on Instagram and I push it to Facebook. So a lot of times it looks like I'm in my personal Facebook, even though I never, ever am. So yes, Daryl knows me too well. I hate talking to a screen. I like talking to people. I like interacting. Daryl's in the sub 2 Facebook group, so he knows like I don't like just having a topic. I like talking about somebody's issue and going through it and all that kind of stuff. So guys, thank you so much. Sunday service, we're probably going to be doing this a little bit more frequently than we normally have. We'll probably go back to what we were doing in 2019. Not every week, but we'll probably go back to at least
a week or so, right?
Once a month to every 2 weeks, depending on stuff. But we love Sunday service. It's a lot of fun. We want to make it more about creative finance than everything else. Sunday service is all about creative financing. So anyway, we do have some students coming in tomorrow. They're going to be standing next to me on the 25-hour live. We got Marlon Johnson. We got a handful of people coming in. Philando, my man. So Philando, I'm hoping I can get you as a guest on the 25-hour live tomorrow. And Cody, what do you have to say in closing, bro?
In closing, get out there, get some deals, test out the GoKnock app. We're excited about it. We want to see people getting results of that. So if you're not already in the GoKnock Facebook group, search GoKnock. Literally just say GoKnock on Facebook. We want to hear feedback. So that's it.
Awesome, guys. Appreciate all of you. We will see you tomorrow on the 25-hour live, because I'm not doing a 25-hour live because I'm not doing a 24-hour live because I'm not a punk. I'm going full 25 hours. I'm going an hour longer than what we originally planned. So bring questions, bring problems, bring seller issues. Get me on the phone with your sellers. You want to talk about raising private capital? What do you want to talk about? And the funny thing, here's what's so funny, is somebody was like, man, you're crazy going 25 hours on a live. Like how much value how much can you really talk about? I'm like, in the sub 2 mentorship, my average over the last 6 weeks has been 41 hours of live Zooms with the sub 2 mentorship. And I feel like I still haven't scratched the full surface of creative financing. People are getting deals, people are happy, but at the end of the day, there's just so much to talk about. So guys, we'll see you tomorrow, 5 a.m. Arizona time. Cody's going to be jumping in probably around 2 o'clock Arizona time. But I'll see you guys tomorrow.